Good evening and welcome to the late news from Westcountry. Reports are coming in that 500,000 cigarettes have been seized by customs officers at Exeter Airport. 24 people are being held in police custody in Plymouth tonight in connection with the illegal importation of the tobacco. They were arrested at Exeter Airport after arriving from Tenerife. Hundreds of people have joined candlelit vigils against health cuts in Cornwall this evening. Their protest marks the end of a public consultation process by the Health Authority to close 4 hospitals in the county, saving £5 million. Dulcie Gallagher joined campaigners in Penzance.
A ring of light encircling Bowater Hospital in Penzance. This evening, this scene was repeated at hospitals across Cornwall on a small and grand scale. Campaigners and patients at West Cornwall Hospital reiterated their message.
The strength of public opinion, this evening there's 6 demonstrations alone in Penwith, have jolted the District Health Authority to show them exactly what the public feel about their proposals.
It's our hospital, it's our people. We want to maintain it in the community for the benefit of the community, and we're not going to let the people take it away from us.
Local facilities are what are essential down here for the children, for the aged.
Somebody has got to take notice that across the county, everybody is up in arms about the proposed cuts and closures.
They will find out if anyone took notice on February the 9th, when the Health Authority meets to finalise and maybe modify its proposals.
Let its little flame keep burning.
A Devon man has tonight described the way his brother was treated in a local hospital as disgusting. 42-year-old Keith Perrin was sent away from North Devon District Hospital because staff thought he was drunk. But days later, he died from swelling of the brain caused by a fractured skull. Andrea Thomas reports.
Martin Perrin still finds it hard to believe that his brother is dead, and he wants to know if he could have been saved. When Keith fell down some stairs at his friend's house in November, he lost consciousness and was taken to the hospital in Barnstable by ambulance. But when he woke up and started to become agitated, staff in accident and emergency thought he was drunk. They called the police and asked them to arrest him.
I've no idea what happened in the morning, but it's just disgusting. He couldn't have been in the hospital no more than half an hour, 3/4 of an hour. And he was just evicted. Police took him away. They didn't think there was a problem. Just cannot believe it.
The police didn't arrest Keith Perrin. They took him back to his friend's house in Bradford. But within 12 hours, he was readmitted to North Devon District Hospital, this time to intensive care. He was then transferred to Plymouth Derriford Hospital, where he died some days later. Keith Perrin was 42 when he died. He had spent much of his life as a redcoat at Butlins. Friends say he was a gentle man. The North Devon Healthcare Trust has opened an inquiry.
The Trust is taking this matter very seriously and is investigating fully. Once this process has been completed, a full response will be made to the family's solicitors.
An inquest into Keith Perrin's death is likely to be held in the next few months. Andrea Thomas for Westcountry.
After this week's storms cut off electricity in some areas, Southwestern Electricity today said it would consider claims for compensation. On Sunday evening, over 100,000 people were without electricity. But while about 60% had their power restored that night, some had to wait longer. Managers at South Crofty are flying to London tomorrow in an 11th hour bid to save the mine from closure. A tin brokers in the city has confirmed its interest to invest £1 million in the mine's production over the next 3 years. A new weapon in the battle against teenage drug taking was launched in Exeter today, but instead of focusing just on young people, it takes in the whole community. Alexis Bowater reports.
Solvents, alcohol and cigarettes, items banned for most teenagers but still illegally purchased by hundreds every year. Home Office Minister Alan Michael is backing the campaign, which aims to raise awareness and involve all members of the community in protecting its teenagers from harm.
It's one of those things about just being honest and saying we have a responsibility to everybody rather than always going off in little corners and saying, oh, it's only the children, it's only the shopkeepers.
Campaign posters are being sent to traders in the area.
I think it's going to be very advantageous to us, that it's going to raise the awareness within the community. And as a large retailer working in St Thomas, we believe we are part of the community and we want to play our part in that.
Organisers have been working with pupils at St Thomas High School as part of the 18-month campaign.
I do hope this project really helps because it will help teenagers to know what to do and what not to do.
Not all teenagers know what effects it can do to you and how it can harm you.
I think people don't really know the real dangers of it, that they're not aware of the real problems.
The County Council says St Thomas was chosen because of previous research done there, not because it has a problem with its young people. If the scheme's successful, it could be taken up in other parts of the county. Alexis Bowater in Exeter for Westcountry.
It's time to get the news now from your area.
Good evening. A former Torquay priest has appeared before magistrates in Bradford, facing charges including 7 offences of indecent assault and 1 charge of gross indecency. Father David Crowley served at the Church of the Assumption for 5 years. He was today released on bail and will appear in court again next month. Police today revealed they're looking for 2 people after a blind war veteran was robbed of £50 at his home in Exeter on New Year's Eve. The man's described as 6 foot, thin, with short brown hair. He was in his late 20s, wearing light trousers and a yellow jacket. The woman's in her 20s, 5'6", slim, with long blonde hair. A retired head teacher is about to become the first person in Lyme Regis for 30 years to be awarded the Freedom of the Town. Major Thornton Pearn will be receiving the accolade for his services to local education at a ceremony at the Guildhall tomorrow. And finally, Exeter is holding its own beer festival this weekend, with the 9th Festival of Winter Ales being launched tomorrow. The event at the County Hall is being organised by the Campaign for Real Ale. It'll exhibit a range of winter ales, cider and bottled beers. That's it from us here in the East. I'll hand you back to the main studio.
Sport and local hero Pete Goss has a double celebration tonight. In the last few hours, he's been named BT Yachtsman of the Year. But his mind was on different matters earlier today, as plans for a £2.2 million boat to sail the world were released at the London Boat Show. Finally tonight, 2 brothers with a very special grandfather were in Plymouth today. Dumani and Kwaku Mandela, grandsons of Nelson Mandela, are spending the week on holiday with friends in East Lou in Cornwall. And they've been visiting some of the city's attractions. And that's all from the late team for now. Our next news update is at lunchtime tomorrow, but for now, good night.
Westcountry Weather is sponsored by Home Fire Smokeless Coal, bringing the sunshine into your home.
Some breaks in the cloud for a while in the east tonight, but those will soon fill in. But that means a mild night, no lower than around 9, that's 48 Fahrenheit. A south to southwest wind helping levels too. The morning cloudy but mostly dry, just a little drizzle on the coast in Cornwall. The wind fresh to strong, but again keeping things mild. In the afternoon, the cloud breaking, especially where it's sheltered, and temperatures reaching a generous 14, that's 58.
Westcountry Weather is sponsored by Home Fire Smokeless Coal, bringing the sunshine into your home.